from home, social distancing.
We're there for you on your smart speaker.
Just say, Alexa, open WBAP.
Or, hey Google, play WBAP.
WBAP.
8:19 at WBAP. Dr. Ronnie Jackson's with us right now, candidate for Congress, former position of the president's. And we thought we'd bring Dr. Jackson on for a couple of different reasons. First off, Dr. Jackson, let's talk about the rising numbers of COVID here in the state of Texas. The fact that now the Republican convention here in the state has been canceled by Houston. Was that a wise thing to do by the city of Houston?
No, I don't think so. I mean, that was a purely political move. I mean, the mayor there was the one that ended up pulling some strings to cancel it, and waited till the last possible minute until everything was kind of set in place, and then canceled the convention just to try to create as much chaos as possible. So it's just another political action related to the fear that they're spinning up around the virus right now.
So are you not concerned at all about any of these rising numbers? Did any of them give you any pause?
No, I mean, I'm concerned, that we still need to be careful with certain populations. I tell people all the time, this is not a benign virus for certain populations, for sure. If you're elderly, if you live in an assisted living facility, a nursing home, or if you have elderly parents or grandparents that live at home, especially ones that have, COPD or emphysema or congestive heart failure, things of that nature that aren't very healthy to start with, you got to be careful. This virus can be deadly. But, for the rest of us out there, especially for young kids and stuff right now, I mean, kids are getting it potentially, but they're not getting sick from it at all. And young adults, that are otherwise healthy are getting it, either not even knowing they had it, or they're developing minor cold and flu symptoms for a few days, and then they just move on about their business. But, I think that the rising numbers are all related to the aggressive testing that we're doing right now. I mean, we're testing like crazy, so of course we're testing more. The numbers are going to come up. But the thing is that the hospitalizations, for the most part, and the deaths are not going up. They're still trending down, which means that the mortality rate of this virus is really going down rapidly. And so the mortality of this is going to be less than 0.1%. So I think that, the left is trying everything they can right now, in my mind, to keep this spun up and to keep this going until close to November, because they really believe that it's their best chance at keeping the House and getting getting the White House potentially. And, they want all kinds of stuff to be in play when we get ready to vote, especially in the swing states. In particular, they want mail-in balloting to be a well-accepted, way of voting. And if that happens, there's just going to be a lot of voter fraud.
All right. Back with Dr. Ronnie Jackson after traffic. Here is Monty Cook.
Still got the issue on I-30 eastbound of West Green Oaks. That one's still keeping things heavy in the area. Also, I-20 westbound of Markham Ranch Road. Still got a lane taken away there. With WBAP First Traffic on the ones, I'm Monty Cook.
From the WBAP Weather Center, hot and getting hotter into the weekend. Sunny, breezy, and 96 today, 79 tonight, 98 to 100 tomorrow and Saturday, and over 100 late Saturday and Sunday. Right now at WBAP, 81 degrees.
Back with Dr. Ronnie Jackson, candidate for Congress, and doctor to the past 17 presidents that we've had.
17? Wow.
17. He's been busy. Doctor, address the reporting for us. Brian brought up a story this morning about Joey Gallo of the Rangers. He's in 10-day period, I believe. He's tested twice positive. He tested twice negative. Does it all get reported as 4 different tests or 2 different people? What is going on with the testing, and what numbers do we need to be concerned with?
Yeah, I think that probably doesn't get tested as 4 different people, but it does get reported as 4 separate tests, and they get reported as 2 separate positive tests. So, I think the numbers with the testing out there, I really, I hate to say this, but I just don't trust the numbers. I just don't know how they're being put together. They're not differentiating in some places between the antibody test. And some of the rapid tests that are using the RNA, and they're different tests. They serve different purposes, and they're not differentiating between the two. And they're also, they're the testing and the test results are being manipulated. I think there's a lot of people out there that are the number of deaths, for example. I don't trust the death number anymore because I think that there are people that are going into ICUs and they're testing people, everybody in the ICU. There are people there that die in the ICU from stuff that's completely unrelated to COVID. They had an incidental finding that they also had a positive COVID test, and it's getting listed as a COVID death. And then there are people out there that are dying that don't even get tested in the hospitals that have some type of fever and upper respiratory stuff that looks like it could be consistent with COVID virus, with coronavirus, and they're being listed as a COVID death as well.
Well, how do you stop that? How do you stop that kind of reporting? Because that kind of reporting causes the panic.
It does cause a panic, and it's hard to stop because in a lot of places, the resources that some of these places are getting are based on the perceived need, based on the number of positive cases that they have in their hospital and their communities and stuff. So it's in their best interest sometimes to have these numbers a little bit higher than they otherwise would be because, it provides a platform for them to get more resources and stuff. And I just, there are people out there, even in medicine, unfortunately, you wouldn't think this is the case, but even people out there in medicine sometimes doing the wrong thing for political reasons. And I just think that, I don't think that the number of deaths related to coronavirus are quite as high as what's being reported. And I think the mortality rate is extremely low right now.
So what's the long-term picture, Dr. Jackson? Dr. Ronnie Jackson's with us right now. What does America look like in 2021 and 2022? Are we back to normal at all?
Yes. Yeah, we're going to go back to normal. You wait and see. Once this election year is over, once November comes and goes,
right.
A lot of stuff they're going to stop talking about a lot of this. They just really are. And you're going to see that we're gradually going to kind of go back to normal, especially if we get a vaccine in the early spring. It's just going to, people are going to go on about their business. This is not the new normal that we're in right now. We will go back to the normal that we used to know.
Did the president ever call you to ask you to be the new Tony Fauci?
No, not yet. No, he has not. So,
right. Hey, if it were up to you, would we be in school in the fall?
Absolutely, 100%.
Would we play football?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I hope we play college football. I'm going to be really upset if we don't play college football this year.
Yeah, stand in line there. Dr. Ronnie Jackson, always appreciate it, man.
Best not as honest as you can get right there, Dr. Jackson.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Once the election comes, all this goes away.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yeah.
That's where we are. Best of luck. Thank you, Dr. Ronnie Jackson, joining us. Always appreciate the time hopping on with us here on WBAP. Patrick Mahomes signed that new contract.
Boy, isn't that nice?
Deserving.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, is it crazy money? No question it is. Is it for playing the sport? No question it is. But if anybody, he's the kind of guy you go, okay, yeah, I'm glad he got that.
Yeah, buddy.
But he's got a huge list of things that he can't do now that he's got the money.
I was